Tomorrow I'll be flying out to Wyoming to enter the Cloistered Carmelite Monastery for men in Wyoming. I guess it's the Carmel of the Immaculate Heart of Mary there. It's a community of cloistered Carmelite men in the kind of the Discalced tradition, and there's about 15 or 20 there, and they live their whole life there in monastic enclosure. They pray the full office. They pray the traditional mass, and they just sort of devote themselves to prayer for the entire church and the whole world. Well, the first year and kind of the first, even 6 years is really a period of discernment to sort of, try the Carmelite way of life and, test my vocation there. And I guess that's a big part of it, to see, whether I'm able to live this life and whether God's calling me to live this life. And, right now I think that I am called to it. And so, I'm hoping to, as much as I can, just kind of dive into their entire life, the poverty, chastity, obedience that they live, and just, kind of give myself as much as I can to this vocation. And, God willing, I'll be there for the rest of my life. And so I just want to, sort of hit the ground running there and give myself to them, to Our Lady, and to God as much as I can.
I think he's very happy being in the monastery. I really have never seen him so joyful about anything. I mean, it feels right. It does feel right. I think when you're called to something like that, I think you have a sense that this is where you're supposed to be. And he seems very happy in this decision.
I guess I'm not really concerned about anything per se. It's more, concerned, how my family will take it, because this is much harder for them than it is for me, because this is something that I very much want to do. And for them, since they're not called to this sort of thing, I think it's harder for them to, to embrace. And so I think I'm more concerned on their behalf than I am for mine. It's funny, at the end of the retreat in June, Father told the four of us that would be applying that the only thing he wanted us to do to prepare was just to love our families. Because, connection to the family, obviously it's hard because I'll be cloistered, and so my family just can't come visit me whenever they feel like. But they really put a lot of emphasis on, being close to your family, because, that's who God gave you to raise you and to be with you. And so, as much as I can, I've tried to, to give myself to them, to, make little sacrifices that they probably won't notice. But just to love them and make a good connection with them now while I'm still living with them, because, potentially for the rest of my life, that's something I won't be able to do.